What's up, guys? I'm out here at Spirit Halloween in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is the first store in South Carolina that I'm visiting right now. I hope they're super awesome. Let's go inside and see what they got. This store is in an old abandoned Sears, and it looks like a great place. I hope they have some cool costumes in here because I would love to get a new costume to try on for you guys. And Crypt Countess and Jack the Reaper right here. Jack's going right away.
You can never escape my evil eye. It's too late to run. It's too late to hide. You don't even have time to scream.
A collectible prop. He is $330 right now and $230 for the Crypt Countess. Let's see if she works. Yes. Love that rocking and spinning. She's awesome. This store looks great too. Animatronics on the floor for sale. The whole setup. Let's go over here. Let's see if Bullseye is like, wait a minute, the Tombstone Rocker is here. I haven't seen the store set up the Tombstone Rocker in a while. Here is Bullseye, $250. Is he loud? He's loud enough.
I'll give you one free throw.
Awesome. He's one of the best looking ones, but usually he's too quiet to hear. Here is Valak, $299. Is she not going to work? Oh no, that is too bad. We've seen a few broken ones of her, and look at this. Two-Face Teddy is here. We'll activate him with the button. Two faces on him. I love his outfit. Orange and black, very Halloween-y. Let's go on the inside. Everybody else is over here checking out the ones on the outside. And let's see if this works. The live wire's going, but only one of them. Does this work? No, it does not. Oh no. And the phone. Let's fix that phone. What is this? Oh, there's a plastic thing on here. I was wondering why some of these windows are foggy and some of them are clear. It's because there's a plastic there, and if you take it off, it's nice and clear. The other live wire is working too, and there is the hanging rat. We'll give him a little swing, and then we'll come over here and we'll see Backbend Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie, for $180. Will she work? Yes. Good to see Backbend Bonnie. And over here is Monkey Business. Just for you, the box says. He is $330.
Don't worry. He doesn't bite too hard.
He's a favorite for 2025. And here is the Fire Demon, another favorite for $310.
I carry the eternal flames deep in my chest, where they will burn your soul.
He almost always works. He's very reliable. Over here is the rat, and he's already going, squeaking at everyone. But let's get him going again. Please say hello to us, Mr. Rat. There he goes. We love Mr. Mutant Sewer Rat for $230. And here is the Electrified Corpse. I think he's on motion. Yes. He is great. A simple prop, but very cool. He's actually returned from a previous year. And here is the Sinister Strawman. And we set up, not Sinister Strawman, this scary sitting Scarecrow. But he's not working right now for some reason. Sinister Strawman is here, and he is right here. Let's see if we can get him going. Usually he works. He's pretty reliable. Yes.
You're trespassing on hallowed ground. Not everyone who does gets to live to tell about it.
I love that. My favorite quote from him. And Trick or Treat Pete is here. He pukes candy out into the bowl. Let's see if he works. Yes. He doesn't move on the outside, but on the inside, that thing spins and the candy comes out of his mouth and into the bowl. I have him. He's awesome. And here's the owl. $190 right now. Wait a minute. Is that the... Yes, that's him. There's a spider right there. I don't know if he's going to work, though. Screeching and flapping his wings. That's all he does. but he's pretty cool. I wish the spider would work because it's a red one too. We don't see the red one set up here in the ISE very often. Let's see what animatronics they have on the floor for sale. There's an Art the Clown right there, and Betty Sharp, Sadistic Sadie for $90, and Howling Spirit, I want him so bad, $200. I think he was new in 2024 or 3, I cannot remember, but I love Ghost animatronics. There's a Slim right there, and a Cotton Candy Cocoon. I actually only see these in the Carolinas, which is really weird. I bought one last year, and it got smashed in the back of my truck. No price on it, but I believe it's like $100 or something like that. Then there's Victor and probably Emily. Yes, one Emily and two Victors for $300 a piece. Pretty crazy. Twisted Grandma, a bunch of her. And then there's a Straw Man here. I don't remember what year he came out. Possibly 2024 or 2023. I don't remember. Let me know in the comments if you remember. The Nun is here. Valak. I don't see her on the floor for sale too often, but she's always in the ISE. Then a bunch more over here. We'll start all the way over here. 2 of Monkey Business, and then Jack the Reaper, 2 of him. Bobby Strings, 2 of him. We're starting to see him a little more in the stores this year. Mutant Sewer Rat is here, and Headcase Harry, and Trixie, and Trick or Treat Pete. More Headcase Harry, and more of Bullseye. This store looks very nice and stocked. There's the inflatables over there, and here are the babies. There is, what is his name? Scary Strawberry, with the glass in his ice cream. That one's my favorite. And then Frankenstein's Monster and Clobber and Claude. Will he work? Yes, he does. He almost always works. He's pretty reliable. Love his red eyes and his skull rattle. And then there's 2 Chucky and a Ghostly Gus down there. They have some of the zombie baby creepy kits down there, and a bunch more babies over here. Look at how many Ghostly Gus they have. That is crazy. And then Spider Biter Billy and Gutsy Gwen up there. And there's one right here. Will she work? Yes, she is also very reliable. Always eating the pumpkin guts out of the pumpkin. Another Clobber and Claude right there, and Scheming Sally is there, and Barbara Wire is down here eating the barbed wire snack. Look at how well stocked this place is. I can't wait to dig into all this stuff, but let's go over here and look at the inflatables. They have a ton of them. Look, there's even more hanging heads over here. They had a bunch over on that side. We'll look at all those in just a minute. 8-foot ghosts, a bunch of the Reapers, Jack-o'-lantern archway, 12-foot inflatable spider, and they have a couple of each of them. They have a bunch of the scarecrows. Those are usually hard to find. Cats, mini skeletons, inflatable furry spiders, mini jack-o'-lantern skeletons, jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkin scarecrows, wolves, gargoyles. Those are usually hard to find too. The Carolinas always have awesome stuff, including the rats, inflatable coffins, animated pumpkin cats. I want that one really bad. Owls, those are kind of hard to find too. 20-foot snakes, I definitely want one of them. The hearse, and some dual mask inflatables, and the 4-foot ghosts. They have tons of inflatables here. Let's check out the hanging heads. They have a ton of them. There's the skull with one eye. These are $40, not too bad. And then the clown head, that was new last year, and the pumpkin as well was new last year. This one's new for this year, the double-headed snake girl. And this guy, he is a vampire. And the pigs. They have some talking creatures down here. I love those, but neither of them are going to work right now. Then they have a ton more of the hanging heads over here. All the ones we saw just a minute ago, and they have the baby heads. And of course, the pigs on a hook. And the old man with a hook in his eye. They have some good masks here. Look at this. They have the Goosebumps guy. That one's new for 2025, and the Carver Clown is new for 2025. An awesome, creepy one. And they have some of the Lost Boys ones. What is this guy's name? Michael. Man, that is such an awesome mask. And they even have a couple over there as well. There's another one, but I don't remember what his name is. Oh, there he is. Yes, they have him. Let's see what his name is. I don't remember the names of everybody in this movie. David. That one is my favorite. How creepy and very realistic. He was a little hard to find earlier in the season, but maybe now he's easier. And there's the giant Yeti mask and the Martian mask. This one was new for 2024, I believe. Has the moving jaw. $79. Oh my gosh. And this one's also new. The zombie mask. I love zombie masks, so I'm glad that they're starting to come out with new ones, and that one is very cool. The light up cyborg is also new. That eye lights up, and the creepy clown is new, and the gas mask is new, but this one is 25% off because it's damaged, but I don't know what is damaged about it. I have to point this one out because it is awesome. This is a great chimp mask. Reminds me of that movie where they robbed a bank dressed up as chimps. That is $40. I'm looking for a new costume to review for you guys, and here are all the clown ones. Clowns are usually pretty popular. Let me know what clown costume you guys want me to review. Put it in the comments, and the one with the most likes I will buy and review for you guys. And speaking of costumes to review for you guys, look at this. They have the Mars Attacks Martian. This one is very hard to find. $70. Comes with a jumpsuit, half mask, gloves, and inflatable backpack. Does it come with the gun though? I don't think so. That's okay, I actually have the gun. This one I am very close to buying and reviewing. I've wanted it for a long time, and he's very hard to find. We might walk out with this. And right behind him is the Terrifier section. And there's a new item I've never seen before, the Terrifier makeup palette. And it looks like the Art Crispies box. $22 and comes with a bunch of makeup items. And there's some other makeup items right here. This is a cosmetic kit, so you can do the makeup to look like the Terrifier. And they have his saw and his sword, plenty of the costumes and things. The Christmas glasses, they have the shoulder sitter here. He rocks back and forth and honks his horn. The light up sign and the Arch Santa plush. A costume that I would totally review is Cat in the Hat, but I've never seen a Cat in the Hat costume that was actually a big furry costume. They have this deluxe kit, but it just comes with the hat, bow tie, gloves, and the nose. I would love to see a big furry Cat in the Hat costume. I would totally buy it. Then I would have my kids dress up as Thing 1 and Thing 2. They have a lot of the good costumes here. There's the Pop-Tarts Frosted Strawberry mascot, and they have the Gabagool. This one is very hard to find. There's only one here for $25. That one's gonna be hard not to walk out of the store with, but it would be super easy to review because it's just a sheet that you throw over yourself. And they also have some of the giant ones. Here's the bowl. That one's $110. Pretty crazy. And the squirrel. If I can find those during the sales, I'll definitely get them and review them. Here's the one I've never seen before, the eggplant inflatable costume. That is $50. How funny. And here's another one I want to review. I'm basically just looking at a ton of the costumes and looking for things to review because during the sales, I think costumes are what I'm going to mainly get this year. Wavy arm guy inflatable for $50. I've been wanting that for a long time. Oh my goodness, what a mess. I came over here to point out these costumes because these will be great to review. All these awesome, I don't even know what you would call these, medieval costumes. This one's the Executioner. That one is $40 but doesn't come with the axe. And then there's Noble Knight. That one is $40, does not come with the sword. Comes with the tunic, hood, and the belt. But here's the one that I would probably get, the Templar. That one is $40 as well. Doesn't come with the sword. Comes with the tunic with hood, cape with metal accents. The pirate costumes would also be great to review. I definitely have to look for the plus size ones because I don't think they have any that are one size fits most. This one's cool. The pirate shirt. Is that it? The shirt and the belt? That's it? So you have to get your own hat, the eye patch, and there are plenty of accessories, but it's kind of a bummer that these costumes don't come with more things. And then there's the eye patches. This one does come with some earrings too. That one is $3, not bad. Then there's some tattoos and a gold tooth. That's funny. That would really complete the costume. A gold tooth for $4. There's a medallion. Awesome. Reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. Big Frankie is right behind that. He would be a great one to review. I love the giant mask on that. Frankenstein's monster is one of my favorite things right now after I got that giant inflatable. $75, not bad. Jacket with attached shirt, pants, character mask, inflatable shoulders component, socks, hands, and the bow tie. I totally skipped this area and there's a bunch of sidesteppers over here. Hold on, let's look at those first. There's Chucky. His box is all destroyed. Will he work? Yes.
Showtime!
And Gizmo. But that's it. There's no new sidesteppers this year. What a bummer. This store does have a bunch of the bobbleheads, though. A bunch of the stores I've been to did not have a bunch of them. Slim. That's a new one for 2025. And down here, they do have the Mars Attacks ray gun. So if you're going to get that costume over there, that would go perfectly with it. And I do have that. And I have a video reviewing it. Here's a new item that I don't think I pointed out in any of my videos yet. The $60 Terrifier pick-me-up costume. They're starting to make a bunch of pick-me-up costumes now. There's Terrifier, Michael Myers, Ghostface. Those are awesome costumes. Hey, we didn't do our Ghostface check yet. There's the Devil Mask, the Hockey Mask, the Gold Masquerade, and then over here at the adult Ghostface section, they have the Pearl Mask, the Mirror Mask, I have that one, the Chrome, the Aged, more Hockey, and they have the Scarecrow one. I want a full Scarecrow costume. If I ever find one, I will buy it. And they have some neon Ghostface costumes. I just reviewed this on my channel. The black lights aren't super bright, but it does look awesome. $60. And look at this. I think this is the second time I found it. The Ghostbusters Deluxe Ghost Trap. Look at that. So awesome. Makes realistic ghost trap sounds, shoots mist, and lights up with bright LEDs. Rare and hard to find, but I want this thing so bad. There's the pedal. This is, I don't know how much. The price is not on there, but if I find that during the sales, I'll definitely get it to add to my Ghostbusters collection. They have tons of the plush things here, and look at how many of the Mars Attacks Martians there are. There's so many Martian feet. That is crazy. He is awesome. I do want him, but I'm not gonna grab him right now. Maybe during the sales. Then they have Pinocchio and Gingy, Casper, some things from Poppy Playtime, and a ton of other plush things here. What's up, guys? Right here at Spirit Halloween in Wilmington, North Carolina. Keep in mind what you see here because the sales are starting soon. 50% off starting on November 1st. Let's see what they got in here. The whole setup. Oh, I love this. Right inside the door, the setup is. Let's do Crypt Countess first. Here she goes. Oh no, she's not gonna spin. We found a bunch of her that did not spin, and I wonder if that is an issue with her breaking or a setup issue. I don't know. It's unfortunate that every year we have a few animatronics that end up being broken. There is Young Hee over there, and she might be broken as well. Her head is only turned halfway. But let's go over here and see Jack. Let's see if he will work. Hopefully he does. He usually does. Maybe not. I guess not. All right, we'll move on to the next one. There's a Tombstone Rocker. Is he going to work? Yes, he does. He's rocking pretty quickly compared to the other ones that we've seen. And then there's Valak. Let's see if Valak works. $300. She is a licensed prop from The Conjuring. Glad to see her working. We found a few of her broken, but not too many. There's her mechanism back there. It's like a box. She pops forward. And here is Bullseye. He's usually a little bit quiet. $250. Let's see how loud he is. Not too bad, it seems. Pretty cool. His hands are huge. Oh, they got Barnaby the Bear here. All right, he's from 2024. Good to see you, Barnaby. I have not found a store that set him up yet. That is awesome. What is this going on here? They must have a giant leak. They have a big tarp up here to collect the water, and then it goes down the pole and into a trash can. That is hilarious. Here is Monkey Business for $330. I love him. He is one of my favorite for 2025. Awesome. And over here is the Fire Demon. Ooh, I see some clowns over there on the floor for sale. This store looks great. Fire Demon is very reliable. I've only found maybe one or two of him broken. Here's the Jumping Spider. Hello, Jumping Spider. Great to see him. We'll give him a little pet and a high five and a fist bump. He's got plenty of arms to do that with. And here is the owl, and he is screeching, but he is not flapping his wings. So he must be broken, and this might be the first broken owl that we've seen this year. Here is Trick or Treat Pete. He's going to puke the candy into the bowl. He has 7 little compartments in here. And the candy comes out of his mouth and into the bowl. I have him, and I'm going to set him out for the trick-or-treaters this year. Here is the Sinister Straw Man, but he seems to be broken. We'll step on him anyways and see if he makes some sounds. No, I guess he's broken, but Grandma's going. And she's broken too. Oh my goodness. Lots of broken animatronics in this store. She's still crackling though, and over here is Two-Face Teddy. We'll see if he works, but there's no button. Oh, he's on motion. The same mask as poor George, only repainted, and he has a nice orange and black Halloween-y suit on. And we'll go inside the ISC and see what works in here. The live wires, the light, and let's see if this works. Ready? It does. The floor vibrates, and the voltage meter, and the speedometer, and the phone has some spooky messages in there. You'll have to listen to it. I've tried to record it, and I cannot get it to work. Man, it is loud in here. Look at, oh my goodness, what happened to him? Somebody tried to gut the electrified corpse. He's not gonna work. Oh, but the scary sitting scarecrow worked, and they got him chained to the bus because he must have tried to jump out and attack someone. Good to see you, Scary Sitting Scarecrow, for $190. And here is the rat. Hopefully he will work. Hello, rat. Yes. Sort of. He's supposed to be turning. I cannot believe how many animatronics are broken in here. There's the extra long live wires, and they have not sold them this year, so I don't think they're going to be for sale this year, which is unfortunate. They usually have them running all along the top of the ISE here. And they have a bunch of animatronics inside here too. Look, it's a bunch of the Goofy Ghostface, which I'm not a huge fan of because he doesn't move or anything, but he lights up. And they have a Bullseye right there. And they've got some more outside on the floor for sale. Over here is Headcase Harry. They have a bunch of him. And the Ringmaster from 2024 for $250. He works best in the dark because his chest lights up. You'll have to put him in the dark and see what he does. Look at this. I have not seen a store that had a big bin like this full of plush things. I love when stores are set up a little bit differently. Look at this. They look nice and stocked. But let's continue to look at the animatronics on the floor for sale. There's Slim. He was from 2023, I believe. Maybe 4. I could be wrong about that. Put it in the comments if I'm wrong. Slim, they have 3 of him. How awesome. And they have Mr. Punchy on the floor over here. He's an awesome disco clown. Lots of cool colors on him and lights. A fogging skull pile. And over here is the Straw Man. We found a few of him this year so far. Pretty cool to see him. More animatronics over here. There's the Crypt Countess. And what's this box over here? Another Crypt Countess. Pretty dark in here. And Cerberus. They have 2 of him right there. There's Barnaby the Bear. 2 of him. 2 Mutant Sewer Rat. A bunch of Chucky and Tiffany over here. And then a Brown-Breaking Worm from Nightmare Before Christmas. And another big stack over here. And look, they have a tied-up Chucky waiting for someone to pick him up. He actually sells out pretty quickly. They have a Nibbles the Clown here and a Nozzles. Awesome. Nibbles was the first one that they put out that tracks you with his eyes. And the second one they put out that tracks you is Jack over there, but he was not working today. Bobby Strings is right there, and they have a deluxe ghost trap right there. I want that thing. If I can find it during the sales, I'm going to get it. I do have the deluxe life-size replica Proton Pack, but this one has a new speaker on the wand. Basically the same thing as the one that came out last year, but with that upgraded speaker. Another Ringmaster. Man's Possessed Friend is here. We saw a ton of him last year. He's usually pretty common to find. They have a Grandma here, another Slim. I can't believe how many Slims they have here. Art the Clown Santa, and another Bullseye, another Slim, and more Barnaby the Bear, and Jack the Reaper, and another Ringmaster. They are very well stocked on animatronics on the floor. Let's see what else they have here. This store is set up very differently. Look at this. They have some, first of all, they have clothing hooks over here, and a bunch of the clothing hung up. Pretty cool to see all this out here. And then they have some shorter aisles. That is very cool. I love when stores are set up differently. They have a ton of the slippers here. Some of my favorites are the Ghostface, of course. I definitely want to get those if they're at the 50% off sale. $33 for those. And then there's Pennywise and Frankenstein's Monster. I want those ones too. There's Shorty from Killer Clowns and the Terrifier, of course. Lots of good slippers this year. There's SpongeBob and Patrick in the Patty Mobile. There's Chucky. I have that one already. And behind those, a lot of the dog costumes. And look at this one, Fart Factory. My brother would probably want to have that because he has a bunch of dogs and I'm sure they fart a lot. $25. And here's one I've never seen before, Bluey. But that's not Bluey. I don't know what that thing is called. It's a bird. Also $25. Around the corner from that, they have a bunch of the hooded blankets. I love those. And a bunch of the pajamas. I do want to get some of the hooded blankets. They have a lot of good ones here. There's Ghostface right down there. And Chucky. They have a bunch of the Ghostface ones here. There's the regular Ghost one. If I find those during the sales, I'm definitely going to get some. A bunch of the plush things. And look, they do have Art the Clown Santa and Ghostface. This one's a little bit hard to find this year. And they have some of the Mars Attacks Martian. I definitely want one of them. And here's a horror cat down here. I will certainly get him if I find him during the sales. Then around the corner here, they have a whole cove with a bunch of costumes. We'll go through that in just a minute. They have a whole center section here that has all the hanging props and all the heads. And they have a bunch of the new heads. There's the double-headed snake girl and the pig and the baby head and the skull with one eye and the hook head old man. I love when they have things set up differently, and this is definitely something that we hardly ever see. A nice big centerpiece with a bunch of products hanging on it on every side. And wait a minute, I almost missed this. They have all the sidesteppers right here on an end cap, and they have some of the ones that we haven't seen in a long time, like Billy Butcherson, and he works. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but he's not gonna work. And Michael Myers, he works. A bunch of the ghosts, they almost always work. Is that one? No, none of these are working. There we go, we got one to dance for us. He is very cute, and they have Spiky down here, and he's not gonna work. Well, this one, no, he's actually missing a hand. And then there's Chucky. He's not gonna work either. These all must be out of batteries. He works. And the Art the Clown shoulder sitter. He rocks back and forth and honks his horn, but he's also out of batteries. All the signs and things are over here. We'll go through this stuff in a minute. But first I want to go back over here because the masks are over there. I love to go through those, and the inflatables are over here. I also love to go through those, but look at this. They have some of the talking creatures. Will he work? Please. That one was out of batteries, and this one's also out of batteries. Oh no. They have one talking pumpkin down here. Will he work? No, he's also out of batteries. 2 more talking creatures down there. More pumpkins. These are latex ones, and he is eating a hand. Very creepy. He is $40. I love those. Over here, they do have the candy corn pathway markers. Those are new for 2025. Also out of batteries. This store must get super busy, and then everyone's pressing the buttons and running out the batteries. There's a 20-foot snake down there. I am certainly going to get that during the sales if I find him. Let's see what other inflatables they have over here. Dual mask inflatables, jack-o'-lantern stacks, 4 foot tall, pumpkin scarecrow, 5 foot tall. They have the rats here, 3.5 feet long, animated pumpkin cats, 3 foot 7 inches tall. They have the 4 foot cats, the 5 foot gargoyles, the 2 foot mini inflatable skeletons, the 3 foot wolves. They actually have a bunch of wolves here. He's actually kind of hard to find. 8 foot ghosts, a ton of them. Fright in the box, I haven't seen him in a long time. He is 8 feet tall, and under him they have the 8 foot tall clown with the spinning eyes. And over here, look at this, they have 2 of the Sam. He is also 8 foot tall and kind of hard to find. I've only found him maybe once this year. Then they have some Reapers, and I think that may be it for the inflatables here. But they have the zombie babies over here, and a ton of them. They are so well stocked right now. Clobbering Claude is up there. We'll press the button and see if he works, and he does. He's making the sounds, and he's going to shake his rattle, his skull rattle, and clobber you. And there is Michael Myers and Ghostly Gus, and the crawling baby. We'll see if he works, and no, he's out of batteries. Spider Biter Billy is here, a bunch of him. We've seen tons of him this year. Peekaboo Baby, he's usually always broken. He does not have a button right now. He is one of my favorite animated ones, besides Gutsy Gwen. Do we have Gutsy Gwen here right now? No, that's surprising. We usually see her in the stores, but it's unfortunate that he is almost always broken. Love the eyes on him. Look at that. And then there's Art the Clown Zombie Baby and Snack and Stevie with his rat snack. Is it Snack and Stevie? No, it's Wretched Ralph. How could I forget? And Frankenstein's monster and Scheming Sally is right there. And there's a Devil Cherub. He's almost always broken as well. And Chucky, of course. I'll do a quick glance at all of our latex friends here because at one point we did find one of the Chupacabras, but that is a very, very rare product. So if you find him, you are super lucky to get him. I did not grab him, and I wish that I did because I have not seen another one yet this year. Coming over to the masks, one of my favorite areas. Let's see what masks they have. I see Gollum up there. That's a creepy one from Lord of the Rings. Yellow Duck mask. That's actually a new one for 2025, but it's a very thin mask and often collapses. And look at how thin that is. How much is he? $30. Not too bad. Then they have the Yeti mask. That's new for 2025. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. That's a great one. Plenty of the Michael Myers masks from all different kinds of the Michael Myers movies. Ghostface masks. They have a bunch of them here, but we'll look at those whenever we go over to the Ghostface section. We always do. Light Up Cyborg. That's new for 2025. His eye does light up red. Let's see if this one works. No, the battery is broke. Oh, wait a minute. There he goes. He's working. Eye lights up red, and he looks like an awesome Terminator. Then look at this. There's Reagan. That one's kind of hard to find, but we're seeing a lot of her lately. It seems like the Carolinas have some of the good masks. There's a skeleton with a chest. That is a very good one if you're going to be a skeleton for Halloween. Carver Clown, that's also new for 2025. This zombie is also new for 2025. This store has a lot of the new masks, and they even have the new GP5 gas mask. A pretty cool gas mask. Let's see how much that one is. $22.50. I wonder why they reduced the price on that. There's a Crouchy mask with the gloves. That is kind of hard to find, the mask with the gloves, and that one is $50. Crouchy is a Spirit Halloween classic. I'm about ready to start searching for all the costumes here. I hope we find some cool ones. And speaking of cool costumes, they have the Pennywise hands. These are very hard to find as well. $20. The Carolinas has a lot of this stuff that is hard to find and rare. And they have the Ghost Trap from Ghostbusters. This one is not the deluxe version. This one does open up and have lights, and it's $50, way cheaper than the deluxe version. And way simpler too. Does not come with a pedal or anything. Since we're over here, we're going to check out the Ghostface section. They have the chrome mask and the light up mask. That one, the mouth just lights up, but they have other ones that light up in all different colors, and I don't see it here. Unless this is it right here. No, that's another mouth one. Ghostface Scarecrow mask. Ooh, Viper Ghostface mask. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Then they have the Ghostface hockey mask. I wish they had a hockey jersey costume to go with that. I might hand make one. They do have these Ghostface jerseys, and that is pretty much like a hockey jersey, but I want a whole Ghostface jersey cloak to go with that mask. I don't see any of the rare costumes here, but they do have the plus size Ghostface costume with the aged mask, and we will check out the other Ghostface section a little bit here. They have an adult section, and then they have a kids section over there. The Terrifier section is over here. We'll look at this one too. There's the Art the Clown Santa costume, kind of hard to find, new for 2025, and that one is $90. Pretty crazy, and does not come with that axe. You need to get your own weapon to go with it. And as far as weapons, they do have the magic sword here, and they have the saw, but they don't have the table leg. That one's my favorite. There's the glasses with the Christmas trees, and a bunch more of the shoulder sitters. Will any of these ones work? Yes, that one works. I kind of want to have that. That's what he looks like when he's on your shoulder. Here's a new Jurassic Park mask I've never seen before. That thing is heavy. Dilophosaurus? Something like that. That is a very cool mask. Wow, it's like a deluxe mask. That thing is huge and heavy. You look through the mouth whenever you wear that mask. Very cool. I've never found one of these before. $70. I'd say that's worth it for that mask. That thing is heavy. My hand is tired just holding it. I wonder if we'll find a costume that matches that. We'll check over here at the Jurassic Park section to see if they do have one of those costumes, and it doesn't look like they do. But they have more of those masks right there, and they have the T-Rex mask. Here's some costumes that I should consider buying and reviewing for you guys. Adult size, Killy Willy and Huggy Wuggy. $70 a piece. But I would have to find a bigger size. That's adult size medium. I don't even know if they have plus size of those. They have a bunch of the Gingy plush here. If you love Shrek, you're gonna want to get that. And they have Lord Farquaad costumes. And there's Pinocchio. I was wondering why they had Pinocchio stuff here, but I guess it makes sense to have him near all the Shrek stuff. Here's another good one that I would like to review, the Howling Wolf. It has the flannel, the mask, and the gloves for $45, but this one's medium. I would need to have a plus size. The inflatable cowboy chaps would also be a cool one to review. That one is $50 and one size fits most. We're making our way over here to the kids section now in this little cove back here that I showed you just a few minutes ago. And here's a Spirit Halloween branded costumes. There is a Nightcrawler for $50. I would love to have that in adult size. Then they have the Shadow Man and the Two-Headed Reaper. That one is a cool new one for 2025 for $40. And this one is very cool, the Cowboy Corpse. Look at that mask. That is awesome. That one is $50. Then up here they have the Michael Myers Pick-Me-Up costume. That one's hard to find. I only found it maybe once. That one is $60. And it looks like Michael Myers is holding you. Very cool. They have a couple of Pick-Me-Up costumes this year with famous horror characters like Ghostface and the Terrifier. And speaking of Ghostface, here's the other Ghostface section. There is the piggyback costume right there. That one is actually inflatable, but very similar to that one. Besides that one, I don't see any other of the special costumes. I was wondering if they would have the neon Ghostface costume in child size, but they do not have it this year. Maybe next year they'll make that. Look at the Poppy Playtime section. They have so many of Huggy Wuggy. He must be really popular around here. They also have a ton of Killy Willy, and they have some Boxy Boo here. And over here at the Five Nights at Freddy's section, they have Bonnie, but no other new ones. I was hoping they'd have some new of the Poppy Playtime ones, because they do have some new ones out this year, but they're kind of hard to find. There are plenty of the inflatable costumes here. These ones are the child size, but there's a bunch of them that I would love to have in adult size if I can find them during the sales. Inflatable Pig, that's a cool one. Then they have the Shark mascot. That's a new one, not inflatable, but it's unique and new for 2025. They have another mascot one, but I don't see it here right now. There's a Sasquatch. That'd be a great one to have. Here's an inflatable Big Hero 6 costume. I've only seen this a few times. This one is $60. I think that was new last year in 2024, but I could be wrong about that. That is an awesome costume. Here's a new one that I've not shown on camera yet, the Annoyed Alien inflatable, and that is a Fuggler. That one is $60. Look at the teeth. That is hilarious. I found this one other time, but I was not filming when I found it. A very cool new 2025 inflatable costume. Here's something I've never seen at Spirit before. These are little hand-painted glass things. I don't know what they are. I thought they were salt and pepper shakers. Yes, they are. Stitch salt and pepper shakers, and look at this. They have cookie jars too. There's Stitch in a pumpkin, and then Minnie Mouse. My daughter would love that. Hand-painted. Put the cookies in there. How much is this thing? Can we check without breaking it? $40. Pretty crazy, but pretty cool. Here's something I've never seen before. This one must be new for 2025. The Nightmare Harvester Spirit exclusive. They usually come out with a new one of these each year, and it has taken me a long time to find this one. I wish they had a year on it so we knew which year it came out. I'm pretty sure this is 2025. Very cool. Nightmare Harvester. What? More spooky figures coming soon. Yes, each year they should come out with a new one. That packaging is awesome too. It's gonna be very hard not to buy this. If you want him, he is hiding right back here in the corner by the duckies. Look at this. They have some more animatronics over here that I missed. Another Slim. They have a Max Straw here. He's the one that was always broken last year. And then they have Emily and Victor and another rat and another Ringmaster. And they have more plush things over here. Look at this. The Horror Bear. He would go great with the Horror Cat. If I can find both of them during the sales, I will get both of them. And they have Michael Myers right there and a bunch of other things. Another Art the Clown Santa down there. Tons of the awesome plush things here, including Furry Spider-Man. What's up, guys? We're out here in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I found a Halloween Express. I've never been to a Halloween Express before, so let's go in and check it out. There's some awesome Halloween artwork on the front here. Looks like it would be blacklight reactive. It would be cool if they had some blacklights out here shining onto it at night. Let's see what they got. There's a cat there. Look at the cat. That is awesome. All right, I love this. Look, they have a ton of masks over here, and look at this guy from Alien. That is very cool. And look at the snake. Very cool things as soon as we come in here. I want to point out all the stones, the cobblestones up here around the top of the the store. That makes this store feel awesome and Halloweeny. But hold on, there's a giant inflatable dragon here that is a skeleton. Very awesome. That is from Joey Domi. I've never heard of that before. I don't know if this guy is an animatronic. I don't think he is. He's just a static prop, but very cool and awesome. Let's check out some of these masks. They have a ton of Ghostface masks. I love it. There's the mirror mask. Ghostface Golden. Oh, that's gonna be hard not to walk out of the store with. I love gold stuff and I love Ghostface. $20, not too bad at all. Then there's a leprechaun one that we just saw at the last store we were at, and the bunny. $30 for that. And they have the scorched one. Just saw it for the first time as well. And then there's the Pride one and the aged 25th anniversary right there. The devil one, we see that all the time at Spirit Halloween. Here's a bling collector set, and it comes with a light up keychain. But there's the bling mask and the bling knife, and that is $40. And there's a 25th anniversary collector set right there. I love when stores have a big Ghostface collection. There's the Arctic Ghostface mask from Dead by Daylight. Lots of Dead by Daylight masks in this area. Let's take a look at some of these other masks. There's an awesome pumpkin right there and a shrunken head. That one we see at Party City. Well, we did see it before they closed down. Some other very freaky masks up at the top there. A bunch of Chucky ones. And there's a scary Grinch one. We saw that for the first time recently. And there's actually two of them. There's another version of it right there. Ooh, the Miser Brothers. How awesome. I would love to have those. Then there's some Terrifier masks here. There's this one from Trick or Treat Studios, and this one also from Trick or Treat Studios. That's a hard mask, and it has like a hood. Another one for Trick or Treat Studios. Actually, that might be the same one. Then they have some Beetlejuice ones. There's the Exorcist Reagan, also from Trick or Treat Studios. A bunch more masks over here. Bunch of Michael Myers ones. Tons of clowns. Here's an awesome creepy Scarecrow mask. I think we might have seen that at Party City too. There's some weapons over here next to the masks. There's a pickaxe. That's a cool one. Some axes and scythes down there, and there's a bat with some nails in it. I love the weapons. Behind those, check this out, is a Slimer mask. That thing looks freaky. It's a very dark green. What a unique mask. You look through his mouth. And over here, look at these creepy things. Oh my gosh, I love that. This purple guy. I don't know what they would call that. This thing is latex and foam, I believe. I don't see a price on there, but I love the face. That is very unique. There's an alien with one eye. And look at these masks with the googly eyes. That's very cool. Oh my gosh. This scary sitting scarecrow is here, and he's got a bucket full of suckers. Good to see him. How awesome. Here's that crazy cat window cling that we actually saw on the front door. That is $10. Not bad. I love the stuff with black cats. They have lots of costumes here. We're going to dig into those in just a minute because, hold on, I see some things back here that look awesome. Some animatronics. Let's go check them out. Look at this area over here. How awesome. They have a bunch of animatronics, and it's decorated very nice, very spooky, and they got it dark back there so they can have some different mood lighting. And look at this. There is the wall-hanging dog from Ghostbusters. I have the full dog at home, and then there's Slimer Wallbreaker. I love those. How cool. This place rocks. There's some zombie cats. We'll dig into all this stuff in a minute. Oh my gosh, hold on. There's a squirrel holding some popcorn. We'll get a closer look at that stuff in a minute, but first, let's start over here at these animatronics. Wait a minute. This is cool. A skull. Let's press the button on this one. It lights up green. Awesome. The bull skull. Okay, this one I believe is from Home Depot. Let's see if he works. No, he's turned off. Oh no, hold on. I hope they don't have all these turned off. We may have to ask them if they'll turn them on. Here is Tiffany from Chucky. She is not being activated right now, and there is Freddy. He's working. Very cool. Here's Jason from Friday the 13th. Will he work? No, what in the world? I wonder if they just have a bunch of these turned off or if they just don't work. There's a clown and another one. And look at this guy, a bouncing clown. I feel like I've seen him before, but I don't recognize where from.
I'll be juggling butcher knives next, and I tend to accidentally drop them on your head.
Awesome.
I'm such a butterfinger.
That is hilarious. Here's a pig butcher. Let's see if he works, please. Yes.
All those years stuffing your face with ham, roast pork, and bacon. Now it's my turn to carve a slice off you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You can outrun me, huh? The pigs couldn't, and neither will you. Time to see.
That is too funny. I love it. We're gonna have to use him in the thumbnail, maybe. This is a goblin, it looks like, but I don't know if he's an animatronic. I don't see anything to activate him. Look at these guys. Troglins. They are $55 a piece, and look at that. That thing is freaky. I think they are just little static props, but they're little monsters, and there is a creepy little teddy, like a zombie bear. Very cool. Let's see if Leatherface will work over here. No, he's not going to work. That is too bad. I wonder why a bunch of these are not working right now. Look at this one. It's a body on the ground. Hold on. Let's see if it works, please. Yes. The rising body, like from Halloween. That is guaranteed from Halloween. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I've never seen that before. I wonder who makes that. That would be so cool to have. If you're gonna have like a Halloween haunt in your house and then put that on a bed, that would be awesome. Here is a skeleton that is kind of like a witch because he has a cauldron with some bones in it. Will he work? Yes. Mixing up the cauldron full of skulls and bones. That is very cool. And he lights up. And here's a scarecrow. I think this one's from Party City, but I could be wrong. He is not working right now. This one is from Home Depot too, I believe. Oh, and he's working.
Well, here's a golden axe to match. Let's see if luck is truly on your side tonight. Dare to reach for the treasure, and you'll find out just how lucky you are.
That is awesome. I saw him at the store, but I did not get to see him activated. So it's very cool that he's working right now. This lady looks very creepy for $70. She is not working right now, but she has a key. She's almost like a hotel manager, so like a creepy hotel manager, and she has a knife. I wonder where that's from. If you know, put it in the comments and let me know. And here's an awesome werewolf. This may be from, I don't remember what store. Maybe Home Depot because of those eyes. Or Lowe's. He is very cool. Reaching out. That is awesome. What a cool little section here with a bunch of awesome animatronics. And some ones that we've never seen before. Alright, let's dig into all the other stuff. They have tons of costumes and props. The props are what I'm going to look at next. Here's some big old rats down here. That is a chunky rat. And he's got some saliva coming out of his mouth. That is very cool. How much is that one? $20. Not too bad. There's a plant that says feed me. That's like from, I can't remember what the movie is called, with the talking plant that gets fed humans. Here's one of the rats with the popcorn. I love that. I actually really want to have that. And look, he's got a little clown nose on. This is $20. Not bad at all. I love the popcorn in his hand. That would be good for a carnival theme or something. What is this thing? A blacklight Ghostface tombstone. That is unique. I love blacklight stuff. I have a costume of Ghostface that is blacklight, and I did a review of it on my channel. Check that out if you want to see it, but that is very unique and cool. For $17, not bad. A bunch of body parts over here, including a bunch of little maggots. That is awesome. And they're like rubber. I don't know if rubber is the right word. $6, not bad. You can spread those around on the tables at your Halloween party. And then there's some giant cockroaches. That is cool. This thing is latex. It's very squishy. Cockroaches are very common around this area, so that is very appropriate. Behind that, there's some awesome trunk or treat inflatables here. There's a dinosaur. I love the vampire and the monster. And hold on, what is this thing? An upside down bat? Let's see if he works. Oh, no, he doesn't, but I imagine he shakes and lights up. Back over here at this stuff, we already looked at the squirrel. They have some cats here, and I wanted to get a closer look at this awesome zombie cat. The hairless zombie cat for $20. Very cool. Lots of good latex props here. There's another cat. This one's kind of prowling. And here's a little Chucky down here. Let's see if he works. Yes. He has one little quote and holds up his knife. Oh, and he moves around, too. That is awesome. That is very cool. He almost fell over. How much is he? $120. Pretty crazy. Here's another bat, and this one has a button too. Let's see if it works. No, that's too bad. I wonder what these guys do. They probably just light up. It doesn't look like they move or anything. Look at this. They do have the Ghostbusters Slimer wall breaker that's up there, and the Terror Dog wall breaker right here. They have them in the box on the floor for sale. That is great. And they have a couple other things on the floor for sale here. There's a standing clown. What does he look like? Oh, right there. Creepy standing clown. Here's another one. Doesn't do anything, just hangs on the wall. There's those little Chuckies that move around on the floor and talk. And there's a posable life-size stuffed dummy that you can dress up. Some more clowns. Ooh, the death row. Shocking light-up head and hands. I saw smaller versions of this somewhere. I think at like Mark's from Techie. That is great. Never seen this in any store for sale. I think my dad actually has him. And look at this, a very unique item. This is a skeleton wheelbarrow, and they have it on the floor for sale. Very cool. Awesome unique items here. Over here at these costumes, they have some Ghostface costumes. There's the American flag one and the red one. I want that one. I found that at Spirit Halloween a lot. Here's one with the orange fluorescent mask. That is $30. Then the Dead by Daylight gold one, a full costume to go with it, $47. Here's some awesome little crossbody bags with chains on them. That one's a jack-o'-lantern, and here's a white jack-o'-lantern. And then I forget what you call this guy. Creature from the Black Lagoon, I believe. Some really unique items in here. Look at this. It's a duffel bag with different horror characters on it. And then they have Ghostface drink cups here for $9. Very unique items. Pretty cool to see all this stuff here. Bunch of awesome socks over here. We'll check those out in a minute, but we're still looking at the costumes. And they have a bunch of little girls' costumes over here. There's Descendants. I know that's popular. I don't look at those very often, but there you go. There's one of them. And they have a ton of that same one here. And look at this Peter Griffin on the wall. That is hilarious. I think it's a rug, actually, for $55. Not bad. That is hilarious. And then around the corner here, they have a bunch of little kids' costumes here. I won't go through all of them, but you can kind of slow this down or pause it and look and see if there's any ones here that you want. So if you're shopping for your Halloween costume, you can also get some for your little girls or little boys. This is an awesome dinosaur costume for a toddler, $33. Very cute. Let's go up here to the front area and look at all these awesome socks and things. Oh, that's the painting from Ghostbusters. I would love to have that. I don't know how much it is, and I'm not going to take it off the wall, but that is very cool to find. You know what? I will take it off the wall because I love Ghostbusters, and I actually have a big Ghostbusters section in my office. $100. Not too bad. I would love to have it. I'm going to keep in mind that it's here because I might come back here next year and possibly buy that. Then there's a Leatherface one right there and Frankenstein's monster. Here's another one of the creepy teddy things. $55. And look at that. It's a rabbit. That is very freaky. Lots of other little good things. Here's some Gremlins collectible things and some awesome cups. Look at this. Remington. Oh, that's very cool. Then there's Chucky. A couple different Chucky ones. And look at that Freddy one. Green. That is so cool. And Slimer. Some Five Nights at Freddy's collectible things. And look at these socks. There's monsters and zombies and Leatherface. Oh, this one actually has a bunch of different horror characters on there. Tons of cool socks here. Look at that one. Very cool. There's a Demogorgon Stranger Things mask right there, but I wanted to point out this over here. First of all, look, a little Jack Skellington Santa toy for $12. Not too bad. But over here, Prison Break tattoos. That is unique. I loved Prison Break. I've never seen something like this. If you want to be Michael for Halloween, you can get his tattoos and cover your body with them. Very unique and cool. These are the last couple things we'll look at in here. They have some more Ghostface stuff over here. I think we've seen all these ones. They do have the orange mask costume right there for $40. I think they have the green one over there. I can't remember. But they also have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface apron right there. And this one comes with the mask from Trick or Treat Studios for $80. Not bad. And they only have one of them here that I see. And then here's the Walking Dead Rick Grimes sheriff costume. Includes a metal badge for $40. And here's Molly the Demonic Dolly. That's a unique costume for $25. Includes the dress and the mask. And then behind that, they have the Wild West Cowboy Ghoul. That, I believe, is from Fallout, from Fun World. That is $45. And as I was walking out of here, I actually almost missed this, the Waterboy jersey. I might have to have that. There's the Bourbon Bowl patch. That is so cool. How much is this thing, though? Let's see if we can find a tag on there. Oh, there it is right there. That is $25. Not bad. What's the size? Large? I do not think I would fit that. Is there another size here? There's another one. This one is black. Let's see what size that one is. XL and XXX. We're getting this. Oh my gosh. That is the coolest thing ever. I'm going to wear this every day for the next year. What a cool find. And crazy that we found it in my size. There it is. That is an awesome find. And on the back, it even says Boucher in the number 9. I am stoked about this. I was in Wilmington, North Carolina, and then I found this store, Halloween 365. Look at this. They have a ton of Halloween things out in the window, including some animatronics I see. Hopefully they got some set up. Let's go inside and check it out. This looks like a cool store. Look at the spiders all over the ceiling. That is awesome. There's so much stuff to look in here. I don't even know where to start. Hold on, we got an animatronic working. It's this guy. A scarecrow with a nice crow and a lantern there. The lantern lights up. Here's a giant spider. We have a few animatronics here. $300 for this witch, and she's working. She's a little quiet, but that's okay. She's holding a crystal ball. Very cool. Look at this guy, though. This is a, what do you call this thing? I don't even remember what it's called. But, oh, it lights up and works.
As the flickering of my candle led you to weep, then come, child. and know that no one returns from my embrace.
That is very cool. I bet it looks awesome at night. The blue lights lighting him up. Awesome. Man, there's so much stuff in here to look at. Look at this vampire, $150. He is huge, and you hang him up on the ceiling. This place is crazy. More animatronics over here. This guy is a giant scarecrow, and... oh, wait a minute. This skull is actually separate. Let's see if it works. Yes. Very cool. And this guy started to work, too. That's pretty cool. I wonder where he came from. All this stuff I think is from separate stores. This guy, what is he called? I don't even know. Ooh, look, they have some zombie flamingos down there. How unique. This guy's working.
And all our fiendish friends crawl out from your
What in the world? He's talking, but his jaw's not working. It was moving a minute ago. There it goes. I love the jack-o'-lantern he's holding. Oh, I see. The jack-o'-lantern talks and he talks. That is very cool and unique. And of course, they have lots of costumes here. I'll go through their costumes in a minute. Lots of accessories, too. There's an awesome bloody hat. But let's go around and see what other animatronics and things they have. I love all this stuff hanging on the ceilings. There's a clown. That's a cool one. Clowns are super popular. $150 for him. I love all the ceiling hanging stuff. Here's a bunch of masks. There's a giant eyeball. That's pretty cool. Barack Obama, and there's Trump. There's Biden and Reagan. They have a bunch of these. Nixon. Here's some cool costumes behind all those. There's more suits, and this one we see at Spirit Halloween. Ghostface inflatable pick-me-up costume, $95. Oh my gosh. The prices are a little bit higher here than Spirit Halloween. There's a morph suit that just looks like your skin was peeled off. It's crazy. 20 bucks for that. Here's an awesome jetpack one. That one is inflatable. There are so many costumes in here. We're definitely not going to get to go through all of them, but there's lots of cool ones. Here's a zombie. I love zombie costumes. $45, and that looks great. From Fun World. All of these California costumes ones, I believe, came from Party City, but I could be wrong about that. There's an awesome wizard robe. $50 for that one. Oh, look at this one. Bruiser the Clown. That is very cool. $45 as well. Yeah, I think I recognize this one from Party City, and there's another one, this one right here. Also, I believe, from Party City. So they must have just got a bunch of the old costumes from Party City whenever they closed down. I see a sweet ghost costume up here. Hold on. Who made this costume? Forum Novelties. $20. Very simple, awesome ghost costume. And I love the packaging on that with the lightning and the moon. Then they have some Stranger Things costumes here. Who made these ones? Disguise. Argyle, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. And then the Demogorgon. And then there's Dustin. And look at this, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Yellow Apron. $30, not bad. I actually want that. This one's from Trick or Treat Studios. Hard to find in any stores. I'm actually surprised that Spirit Halloween doesn't hold that. And look at this from Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. $35. I think it's just the jacket. Yeah, it looks like it's just the jacket, but that's pretty cool. I've not seen any new items from Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, so that's awesome to find. And speaking of Ghostbusters, right down here they have one Ghostbusters outfit that has an inflatable pack. Very cool. That one's $45. And behind that area they have a ton of weapons. I love the weapons for Halloween. Here is a club if you're gonna be a caveman. That is $4. Not too bad. I totally want to get that for my daughter, just to have for fun. There's a billy club baton. A bunch more weapons over here. Look at this. A staff with a shrunken head. Pretty creepy. Lots and lots of good weapons here. All kinds of swords for ninjas. There's a shotgun, an awesome rifle, tons of this stuff. AK-47s, lots of machetes and hunting knives. Let's see if some of these make some sounds. Here's a Desert Fox pistol, and I think it just clicks whenever you pull the trigger, but that actually feels like metal. I think that's actually metal. $35. That thing is heavy. Oh, shoots 8-shot ring caps. Awesome. And up here above the other guns, they have a sledgehammer. This one would be great for a Leatherface costume, but I can't remember who holds that. One of the bad guys in that movie holds a small sledgehammer. That is $17. And behind that, they have some bling knives and machetes from Ghostface. 25 bucks a piece for those. Look at that. Dead by Daylight Scorched Face. Never found that one before. Ooh, this one's popular. I actually just showed a video of this and everybody loved it. The Ghostface Santa Claus mask. There's only one of them here. And look at this. They have one that's like a leprechaun for $35. Oh, they have the bunny too. They have a ton of the Ghostface masks here that are unique. I want that one, the bunny. Ooh, somebody told me that I've been missing this one. That is is the pumpkin one. $17 is not bad. How awesome. I don't see a price on these ones, but I wonder if those are for sale. Actually, that one's $35. So yeah, they must be for sale. And look at this, they have a ton more. They had the mirror mask down there, and that one they actually do call the disco mask. That's what I consider it, the disco mask. And that is from Fun World. And they have the chrome, the aged. This one has the phone that does ring. Here's another scary movie spoof one. I've never seen that one before with him just smiling. Usually we see this one with the tongue out. More of the pumpkin ones and the scarecrow. For 25 bucks, not bad, but I'm psyched about this one. I might have to walk out with that. And they have a ton more masks over here. Look at this. Oh, yes. I forget his name, but they have, I think it's Billy? I could be wrong about that. They have him and him. And look at that awesome mummy mask. That is sweet. That is from Goosebumps. How cool. Tons of Goosebumps costume masks here. Scooby-Doo ones. That is awesome. There's a shark. Look at that. That is sick. There's a hand sticking out of his mouth. Lots of good unique masks here. More over here from Killer Clowns from Outer Space and some Terrifier ones. And look at that one. 150 bucks. That is wild. But look, there's even like saliva going from tooth to tooth. That is crazy. There's a Terrifier action figure. And look down there, a Stay Puft from Trick or Treat Studios mask. That is very cool. He's half melted. Never seen that before. Look at that one. I don't know what that's from, but I recognize it. And it's very awesome. It reminds me of the mask from Monster House. Oh, look up there. Tons more masks. And right there, that's one that I want from They Live, the alien. This place rocks, man. So many awesome masks. And look at this. More ghost face masks over here. The Smiler. We've seen a Smiler costume at Spirit Halloween, but this one has real teeth. That is cool for $20. Devil Fiend. That looks like Ghostface. There's a green one right there called Alien something. Alien Spawn. Very similar to the Ghostface ones, like this over here. The fluorescent green Ghostface mask. 20 bucks, not bad at all. They had the pink one and the orange one. Then there's the Santa and the Leprechaun and the bunny. 40 bucks for the bunny, 35 for him, and 35 for him. Ooh, an awesome Jason hockey mask too. This place rocks. And these are actually collectibles. Very hard to find. So I'm surprised these aren't more sold out. Here's one from Thanksgiving for $40. Oh my gosh. Never seen that before. Lots of Trick or Treat Studio stuff here. Here's a pitchfork weapon for 15 bucks. Not too bad. And it's bloody and you can assemble it. This one is from Halo. Look at this. How cool. I love that. Very shiny. Energy sword for 30 bucks. A bunch more masks up here on the wall. There's an awesome chicken one. Tons of cool ones. Look at the dog masks. That is hilarious. There's a fly. I love that fly mask. So many cool masks. That's insane. And this section over here, ahoy, pirates gear this way. And look at this skeleton they have dressed up like a pirate. It says try me and there's a button. Let's see if he works. Yes. That is too cool. I love it. There's the more pirate stuff. They have lots of pirate hats here. Tons of costume accessories. Lots of pirate shirts here. 75 bones. That is crazy, but that's a great one if you're going to be a pirate. Then there's the accessories. And look at this mask. I've seen this somewhere. Wait a minute. That's from Spirit Halloween. That is actually a hanging head. And that one is $35. But I haven't seen it at Spirit Halloween in a couple of years. There's some ropes for a pirate costume for $40 from Pirates of the Caribbean. Wait a minute. That's not ropes. That's the hair if you're going to be Captain Jack Sparrow. How awesome. Here's a very cool Christmas tree costume for $80. That's pretty crazy, but very cool from Rasta Impasta. Here's another awesome one. Nice bass trophy. That one is $50. I love that. That is so funny. Like the talking bass or singing bass, actually. Over here are some animal onesies. And look at this one. This is the one that I would want. It's a walrus and he has flippers on the hands. Who makes these? I don't see a name on there. Oh, Opasuits. That's pretty cool. Here's some more animal ones. There's a lion and a Dalmatian and Ernie the elephant. Finally, I found a Ghostface full scarecrow costume. I was hoping we'd see these at Spirit Halloween, but no, they don't have them. This is $65, and it's gonna be very hard not to walk out with this. Hard to find. It does come with the robe and the mask that has an attached hood on it, and the belt and the gloves. Pretty awesome. Surprised we're not seeing those at Spirit Halloween. Tons of beards and eyebrows and chops. That is hilarious. They have a really big selection here. Pretty much everything for any costume you'd ever want. Ooh, a new Leatherface mask I'd never seen before. They have so many masks. This is crazy. Look at this one. That is awesome. That one too. Man, this is crazy. I love this stuff. This is from Toxic Avengers. They just came out with a new Toxic Avengers movie. I have to watch it. Tales from the Crypt. Very cool. The Walking Dead. How unique, man. They must just be ordering these online from all these different websites. Spirit Halloween should definitely do that. Order a bunch of different masks from different websites. That way they have a bigger selection of more rare masks. Even if the prices are higher, it's just cool to see a bunch of different masks, and they have so many of them here. They even have a bunch more over here. There's a ton of Michael Myers masks, and look at that one. It's all destroyed. Very cool. And a bunch more up there. Look at all the freaky masks here. This is so awesome. I am so glad that I found this place. Look at that witch one. Very freaky. That one is from Party City, and there's a pumpkin one up there that is also from Party City. So they do have a bunch of stuff from Party City when they close down. There's one over here that my brother would want to have. The snowman. I don't know if that is actually from the movie Jack Frost, but it's close enough. And then there's Santa, the horror Santa. I think that might have came from Party City as well. There's a Grinch one, a scary Grinch. Very cool. There's also a horror movie that probably came from. More masks over here. There is Winnie the Pooh. I cannot believe how many masks they have here from different popular horror movies. Look at that one. Very creepy. And I love that they have the ceiling decorated with all kinds of ghosts, and they had a bunch of spiders down there. It's awesome when stores actually decorate for Halloween inside, in addition to all the costumes and masks they have. Here's some little light up ghost face necklaces. Hold on, let's press the button. Ooh, look at that. That is very cool. If you love ghost face, that would be awesome to have, and it's only $7. Here's some animal stuff. Look at the pug mask right there. That is very cool. I think the jaw moves on that. But I wanted to point out this, the antlers, if you're gonna be a buck for Halloween. Kind of funny they have a girl wearing it right there, because a buck is a boy deer. $13 for that. And they have tails and all kinds of animal stuff here. Look at this, nosing around. They have dog noses, that's what it looks like when you wear it, and witch noses. That is very cool. We don't see enough witch noses for sale at any of these Halloween stores. That is awesome, and only $4 a piece. And they have duck faces. And they even have animal whiskers here, but I would love to see those teeth for sale somewhere, and I don't see any yet, but I'll keep my eyes peeled. I was going to point out this Pokemon Pikachu kit, but also look over here. They have even more antlers, and those ones are awesome. $25 for that. Pretty cool. I was actually a deer for Halloween one year. Here's some awesome clown accessories that you never see. Crazy clown shoes. These go over your real shoes and then kind of strap to your feet. $30. A very cool clown accessory. And here's some giant ears. That would be funny for a clown costume. They have clown noses, giant bow ties, all kinds of stuff here for clown costumes. There's a giant comb. That's funny. And I actually want to get one of these. The classic mustache, glasses, and nose disguise kit for $12. Not bad. Classic clown wigs there. And this is a classic one as well. The giant jumbo novelty eyewear. Over here at the female costume section, I saw something cool. A ghost face glitter mask costume. It's the devil mask that is actually blinged out, but there's a whole outfit to go with it for $70. And it's shiny just like the deluxe costumes. I was about to walk out and then I saw these. This is like wall decor. You take these out and put them all over your walls. And they have some really cool ones. There's Rob Zombie Halloween ones, some classic Halloween Michael Myers ones, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Friday the 13th villains, classic Halloween villains. But look at this one, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love that. I want to get it so bad. $13 is not bad either. Saw and Child's Play 2. Very cool. These are like vintage styled. There's Halloween 4 and Toxic Avengers. These are so cool. I've never seen something like these before. At least not ones that are actually from popular movies. I want that one. Look at Leatherface. That is so cool. Then they have one from Trick or Treat right there, and they have Toxic Tunes. Look at that. Love the vintage style stuff. There's some window silhouettes from Chucky. Scene setters Friday the 13th. I love that. Ghostface door banners. Krampus stuff. They have everything here. Spooky Halloween themed donuts and a Halloween themed milkshake. I'm over here at Duck Donuts in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is a really cool donut shop in Myrtle Beach with an awesome duck theme and even a duck mascot. Besides donuts, they also have little duckies that you can buy. There's all kinds of little duckies in here. They even have Halloween duckies, and my favorite is the one that looks like a ghost. Today we are getting the Spooky Dozen Halloween themed donuts, but they also have some fall themed donuts along with some fall themed drinks. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to review that next. This place is awesome. They make the donuts in-house, and you can watch the whole process from the batter dropping into the oil, going down a conveyor belt after it fries, and you can even watch them decorate your donuts. If you visit this little donut shop in Myrtle Beach, make sure you take a picture with their mascot so you can post it on Instagram and tag them. I can't wait to try every one of these donuts. They look delicious. They did an excellent job decorating these. But I think first we're gonna try this milkshake. This was called something like a dirt and worms milkshake. It has crushed Oreos on top, and there's even a gummy worm in here, but he's sank into the milkshake. I don't know what flavor this is, probably chocolate, but let's give it a try. Ooh, that is definitely chocolate. That is delicious. And it's just how I like it too. It melted a little bit because I've been taking a minute here to record everything. And that's exactly how I like my milkshakes. I don't like mine to be super thick because then I have to wait too long to drink it. When it's melted a little bit, that's my favorite. Very, very good. Lots of flavor, nice and sweet. Now let's try one of these delicious donuts. I think we're gonna start out with this powdery one right here. I don't know the names of each of these donuts, and I don't know what the flavors are, so we're just gonna try it and see how it goes. This powdery one is gonna make a mess. Wow. That is fantastic. Yes, the powder is very messy, but that is fresh. There's a little bit of crunch to it, like on the outside, but it's very fluffy and warm on the inside because these were just fried. Wow. I've got powder all over me now, including my microphone. That is really good. Fresh donuts are the best. Next, I'm gonna try this awesome chocolatey donut. Look how much chocolate is on there. That is great. They did not skimp. She dipped this whole thing in chocolate, and then there's some yellow, brown, and orange sprinkles on there to make it very nice and Halloween-y. That is so good. The chocolate is delicious. The whole thing is warm because this was just fried. These are all fresh. Obviously, the chocolate is also warm because they have it melted in a hot bin so they can dip the donuts into it. That is fantastic. Oh my gosh. You probably can't see it on camera, but there's a bunch of chocolate on the inside of the box there next to the donut. So if you love chocolate, you can scoop that up with a donut and get extra chocolate in each bite. Messy, but delicious. 12 donuts is a lot, so I'm taking like 1 or 2 bites of each one. Next up is this sugary donut. These are usually the very common kind of ones that you see during fall time. That's probably like a cinnamon sugar. Let's give it a try. That's cinnamon sugar. Very good. These donuts are nice and soft and fresh and warm. With cinnamon sugar, I love the crunch whenever you're biting into it and you're eating that sugar. It's crunching in your teeth when you're chewing. Very good. A little bit of crunch on the outside of the donuts from when it fried. Delicious. Let's try one of the more unique ones. This one, which looks super crazy, I believe it has bacon on it and then some kind of red sauce that they drizzled on there. And I don't know what kind of icing they dipped that in. It just smells of bacon. It smells really, really good. Let's give it a try. Wow. That is a unique taste. The sweetness of the icing and then that bacon, that is really good. When I have bacon for breakfast, I usually like to put syrup on it and even ketchup. So bacon with something sweet goes really good together. And this is fantastic. That might be my favorite so far. Next, let's try this one. It has like a light purple icing on there and then some whipped cream in the middle and some spooky sprinkles. Like I said, I don't know what flavors these all are, so I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. That is a blueberry icing. Wow. All of the icing has really good, strong flavor. Not too strong. Like the perfect amount. So they each have their own unique taste, and that is very, very good. Wow. That one is now my favorite. That's probably the one I'm gonna finish when I'm done reviewing everything. That is so good. I love blueberry donuts. Speaking of blueberry donuts, this one I believe is also blueberry, and it has sort of like a crumble on there. Maybe they had like blueberry icing with some Oreos crumbled in it or something, and then it has some powder on there. Woo! Very messy, but wow, that is so good. And there is a little bit of crunch from that crunchy stuff you can see in there. I think that's like crunched up Oreos. I should have brought some baby wipes with me because this is very messy. Messy, but super delicious. Next up, this one looks like maybe a regular glazed donut with some sprinkles on there, but the glaze looks great. It's like a thick glaze. Hopefully you can see how thick that is. Let's give it a try. That glaze just melts in your mouth. That is so good. I don't think it came with that powder on there. I think I got the powder on there myself from making a mess with these other donuts. Man, that glaze is really good. Nice and thick, and it just melts in your mouth while you're eating the donut. This is a lot of sugar. I love this chocolate milkshake. All right, this next one is a chocolate donut. Lots of chocolate on there, and then some cookie crumbles, probably Oreos, and then a gummy worm. How spooky. I have to make sure I get a bite with the worm on there. I ate the whole worm off the donut. very good. The gummy worm adds just a little bit of sweetness to it. Obviously, in addition to the sweetness of the chocolate, super tasty. I have another one in here that I think is just the same thing. Chocolate with some cookie crumble and a worm on there. Same thing, so we don't have to review that one. I'll save that one for my kids. Next up, I have a white one with cookie crumbles on there and then some kind of white drizzle on there. That looks beautiful. I love it. Reminds me of a ghost. That is so good. All the icing that they use is really tasty. And the donuts, I just love how soft they are. Freshly fried, very good. And I love the cookie crumbles on there. It just adds a little bit of crunch to it. I think this is the last one that's unique compared to the other ones. Looks just like one we've tried a few minutes ago, but this one does not have the cream on the top. But probably delicious nonetheless. Nothing beats a freshly fried donut. That is fantastic. What a fun way to start the morning with some awesome, beautiful, spooky, decorated, delicious, fresh donuts. If you guys are thinking about checking this place out while you're here in Myrtle Beach, definitely do it. I give this place 10 out of 10. Everybody in there was super nice. You can watch the donuts be made, and they look awesome. Really fun place for the kids. I'm gonna have to take my kids here. Let me know in the comments below what donut you think looks the best. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.